Happening on campus, SGA election winner has been announced. Hear what both slates had to say about the outcome.
In local news, Muncie residents rallied today outside a school to protest actions by the school board. Find out why the community is outraged.
And I'll let you know when severe weather will be coming in when NewsLink becomes next.
Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Bree Isom.
And I'm Tanner Holbrook. Thanks for joining us. Student Government Association exec Slate Optic held a watch party to wait for the results of the election. NewsLink Indiana's Val Jones has more.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at the Optic Watch Party where they have invited their supporters to stay with them while the results roll in. Let's see if they find out if the work was worth it.
How do you put this into words? I'm on top of the world. I'm thankful for every single supporter, every single of the group that has worked with us. Like, I can't even begin to fathom just everyone that has put so much time and effort into this, and the slate, and just everyone who's voted. I can't even put it into words.
Optic won the election by approximately 68 votes according to the slate. For NewsLink Indiana, I'm Val Jones.
Thanks, Val. Optic will be inaugurated on August 19th of this year.
Ignite, on the other hand, dealt with a much different outcome. NewsLink Indiana's Max Lewis was there today with their reaction to the close loss.
Yeah, hey Tanner and Bree, I'm here at the Ignite Watch Party in the Student Center, and it was one disappointing night for the Ignite slate. They lost by a very close 68 votes, and they say they are disappointed, but they do look forward to working with Optic over the next year.
I feel a lot of love, and I think that's what's really important. My friends, my team, they have been very, very supportive throughout this, and they still are. So I'm feeling good. I'm definitely disappointed because we did put a lot of hard work in, talked to a lot of people. But of course, like any sit late would be upset when they don't win. But I'm very, very, grateful for the experience. I learned a lot.
I mean, I'm sad, but I think that should be kind of assumed at the moment. So yeah. Overall, I think introducing issues to the students, talking to the counseling center, getting that conversation started is really a plus side.
And guys, turnout was down from last year, but Ignite says they hope Optic follows through with their point to inform the student body more about what SGA is and what it does. Reporting in the Student Center, Max Lewis, NewsLink Indiana.
Thanks, Max. Both Taylor and Lloyd say they will continue to work with SGA and pursue their platform points from the campaign.
Well, happening now in Muncie, a school board meeting is still going on where faculty and community members are voicing their displeasure against several recent issues, some involving money. NewsLink Indiana's Alex Kilmer was there earlier tonight for the protest and is now in the newsroom. Alex, what can you tell us?
Thank you very much, Tanner. Many people rallied outside of Southside Middle School today, right before a Muncie Community School Board meeting. The demonstrators were out there speaking against several issues that they had, including teacher pay, budget issues, as well as concerns about the future of transportation. Teachers, parents, and students all gathered across the street from the middle school where the meeting was going to be held at around 5 in the afternoon. They filed into the school before the 6:30 meeting as they voiced their opinions at an open mic that would be held after official business. Now, during the official business, a financial advisor present spoke about the school's budget issues. The biggest issue that he stressed was that the budget was handled very irresponsibly in the past, and he wished that he could have gotten to it sooner. He mentioned how the school would continuously spend money that it did not have, leaving them currently $1 million of debt. He was unable to say whether or not salaries would be met with the money that is present, and that fund could run dry by July or maybe even sooner. After the meeting was open to the public, people voiced their issues and how some people even brought up that the treatment of bullying towards teachers has been handled very incorrectly. That live forum is still going on right now, and more will be followed up. Live from the newsroom, Alex Kelmer, NewsLink Indiana.
Thank you, Alex. Happening now, President Donald Trump is making his first official speech to Congress. Trump began his address to a joint session of Congress just minutes ago. He's expected to make a case for increasing spending on national defense, plus speak about a revised travel ban order. Officials say he is also expected to call for a cut in spending for the EPA and foreign aid. Former Speaker Nancy Pelosi tweeted earlier today that Democratic women would be wearing white to the session to support women's rights.
Well, billionaire businessman Wilbur Ross is officially the nation's commerce secretary. He was approved by a 72-27 vote, and the 79-year-old is known as the, quote, king of bankruptcy. Ross has made a bulk of his fortune by reviving failing auto, steel, and other various companies. He's faced backlash in the past for shipping some of those jobs overseas, and Vice President Mike Pence oversaw the swearing-in ceremony. Senate Republicans plan to confirm most of Trump's remaining cabinet members after a week-long recess.
Citizens of Marion County will soon see an increase in their income taxes. Last night, the Indianapolis City Council passed a resolution to increase residents' income taxes by 0.25%. The money will go toward funding improvements in the city's public transportation system. The proposal passed with a vote of 17-8 after a lot of debate from both sides. The council also passed a measure to make the city carbon neutral by 2050. Both measures now move to Mayor Joe Hogg's desk for final approval. You know, Tanner, I don't think we're going to be in Kansas anymore,
or
Muncie. After this storm comes through tonight, I don't know what's going to happen.
Right, the severe weather threat has already hit Illinois, but it's coming this way slowly. David, what do you have for us in terms of severe weather tonight?
Yeah, in terms of severe weather, we are watching a cluster of storms that is currently in Illinois right now. We'll take a look at our radar. Right here, just northeast of St. Louis, these storms will be heading out to the northeast, and these storms will be packing a punch. We'll be talking about severe weather chances. We'll take a look at our convective outlook map. We are seeing a very severe, wide area of severe weather threat, a moderate risk for Indianapolis and point southward, an enhanced risk for our area. I'll let you know my full forecast. What exactly we'll be watching for and the timing of these storms. Currently, it is pretty warm up there, warm here, 63 degrees with those south-southwest winds at 17 miles per hour. Do point out they're very moist, and any moisture that is in the air is just going to enhance these storms. So we will be talking about severe thunderstorms in my full forecast. And yes, a big temperature drop coming down for the next couple of days. And yes, a chance of flurries in my full forecast coming up next.
Thank you, David. Midterm week is upon us. Find out how students are preparing.
Plus, also find out more about a Jewish temple that was targeted in Evansville. That's after that.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Police in southwestern Indiana are investigating after someone fired a bullet into a Jewish temple. According to the Courier Press, the damage to the Evansville temple was discovered Monday and reported to Rabbi Gary Mazo early Tuesday morning. Investigators believe the damage was caused by a low-grade weapon. This report comes the day after the Indianapolis Jewish Community Center received a bomb threat. Anyone with information is asked to call investigators at 812-436-7979.
Well, a couple was arrested Monday after they were found asleep in a vehicle parked outside a McDonald's, along with marijuana and 81 tablets of controlled substances. 43-year-old David Rupert and 40-year-old Christina Green were displaced from their West Charles Street house last week after the residence was declared uninhabitable due to meth contamination. Investigators found meth in Green's purse and removed a white-colored rock-like substance and a capped hypodermic needle from Green's bra at the jail. Both Green and Rupert are detained on bond.
A local organization will begin opening its doors to children a little earlier. The Boys and Girls Club of Muncie will now be as open as soon as the school day resumes. In the past, the organization has been open from 6 to 9 at night. According to the Star Press, the club will begin welcoming children at 3:30 p.m. this Monday, immediately after the school day ends. The increased access for teens is a part of a new program designed to create a safe environment for teens after the bell tolls. Students in grades 6 through 12 are encouraged to attend. They will be provided with homework help and food.
Turning now to some Central Indiana news, the Indiana Blood Center is teaming up with the Girl Scouts of Central Indiana to encourage more Hoosiers to roll up their sleeves and give. On Thin Mint Thursday, every donor who gives on March 2nd or March 9th will receive a free package of Thin Mint cookies while supplies last. The Blood Center's Director of Public Relations says the center is facing a critical blood shortage and is especially low on O-negative units. The Muncie and Lafayette centers will be holding their cookie giveaways on Wednesday, March 1st and Wednesday, March 8th because they are closed on Thursdays.
Well, with spring break right around the corner, many students are in exam mode. NewsLink's Robert Segovia has more on midterms.
Vacations, beaches, relaxation. The winter has been warmer than most, and with the weather into the 60s, spring is in the air.
For spring break, I'm going to go back to Noblesville. That's where I live. Probably spend time with some family and watch some spring training baseball, hopefully, and just relax.
Before the fun and relaxation begins, many students have to finish midterms for their classes. Stress is always a factor in college, but rates rise with exam weeks like midterms and finals. Judy Donahue, a health professor at Ball State, said, "For academics, the main stressor is exams because of the added pressure to succeed. The stress management skills for college students through this time are sleep, eating well, and exercise. It is also important to give yourself study breaks and to exercise."
With thoughts of spring break being thrown around, it's important for students to stay focused.
I spoke to a Ball State student about his habits for test preparation.
I normally go to Bracken because it's quieter. Meet with kids from my class, form study groups, look over class notes, assignments and stuff, and really just pray the night before and hope that I do well.
Testing lab locations are in the Art and Journalism Building, Bracken Library, Robert Bell, and the Student Center. The busiest times are noon to 5 from Monday to Friday. Make sure to check when tests expire. You can check the seat availability on the Ball State website or receive live updates from Twitter. In Muncie, Robert Segovia, NewsLink, Indiana.
At the midpoint in the semester, there are 7 more weeks until the summer begins for students.
Hey, severe weather is expected to hit Muncie tonight. David, coming up, what can we expect?
Yeah, I'll be showing you the radar, guys, quite a bit. We are seeing those storms starting to move into the area. I'll let you know when those will arrive coming up next when NewsLink returns.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. You know, Bree, that threat of severe weather is really looming over Delaware County and much of central Indiana tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of scary knowing that it's going to happen late at night.
Yeah.
David, what can you tell us about this?
Yeah, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, these storms are getting ready to roll into central Indiana. We'll take a look at our regional map here. Just a lot going on here in the Midwest. Tornado watches extending from Illinois all the way down to Memphis, Tennessee, and these watches may extend into central Indiana as well. We'll take a closer look here in Muncie. These storms off to the southwest will start to come into our area, and these are what we'll be concerned about here within the next couple hours. We'll time that out with Precision Cast, but for right now, it is very warm out there. We do have a severe threat, enhanced risk for our area in the east central part of our area here in Muncie, that enhanced threat. And then points southward to Indianapolis. These are areas we'll be most concerned about with isolated tornadoes, damaging wind gusts, heavy downpours, and large hail. These areas will be having severe weather throughout the evening tonight. We will be seeing temperatures on the rise as well, which is unusual for this time of night. We'll be usually seeing temperatures decrease, but for tonight we'll be seeing temperatures increase. It is currently 65 in Terre Haute, 66 in Bloomington, 64 in the Circle City in Indianapolis, 63 in Lafayette, as well as here in Muncie. So it is rather warm out there, as mentioned earlier, and with the dew points pretty up there as well, we will be seeing those storms start to increase in intensity as well as they do enter our area. Here Wednesday at 2 a.m., that's when we'll see those storms start to roll in just before 2 a.m. And then a secondary line will be more concerned about damaging wind threat that will be coming into our area around 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then once we are done with that line, then cooler air will return and we will be seeing scattered rain showers for your Wednesday afternoon and for your Thursday evening. Yes, flurries come back in the forecast, guys, for Thursday late morning. But no accumulation is expected again for tomorrow. 60 degrees. We will hit that high at midnight tonight. So it will be warm, but then drop drastically as that cold front does move through around 5 a.m. tonight. Rain showers returning and again turning colder with winds out of the west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Going back to Precision Cast for Thursday, just cloudy skies for Thursday, and then we might see that rain-snow mixed, and then a change over to all snow late Thursday afternoon and into the evening hours as well. Going again to your late Thursday into Friday morning as well. Again, clear skies, but very cold out there. So make sure you have your jackets handy. We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast, guys. Again, for tonight, severe thunderstorms around 10 p.m. later on this evening. Going into tomorrow morning as well, we'll be seeing a lot of severe weather around for that 6 p.m. hour tomorrow morning. So make sure you do have those umbrellas handy, and please make sure if you are, sleeping tonight, please have those phones on. Have the ways to get the severe weather alerts to yourself, because that's what's going to be most important tonight.
All right, David, thank you so much. Andrew, what's coming up in sports?
Well, coming up in sports, we have a few area high school teams that competed in sectional hoops today, so we'll have the results from that. Also, we will recap the Ball State men's basketball game. All this and more when we come back.
I'm so sorry I cut you off. No, it's fine.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family.
And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Andrew Sanders with your sports news. With the month of February almost in our rearview mirror, March Madness prepares to take center stage. After losing Saturday to Western Michigan, Ball State's men's basketball team is tied for first in the MAC West. The Cardinals have 2 regular season games left to create some distance in the standings, the first of those coming tonight against Toledo. Now, Toledo is looking to defend home court here in their final home game of the season. Ball State had other ideas, though. Taylor Persons here giving Ball State a 3-point lead to open the game. Toledo tries to respond later on here in the half with a Jonathan Williams 3-point shot from the top of the key. But even later in the first half, Francis Kiapwe would bury a couple of threes to extend the Ball State lead at close to the end of the first half. Ball State walks away with the win in this one, 82-74. Ball State will follow up this matchup with their regular season finale against Northern Illinois. That game will be on Friday night here in Muncie. In high school basketball action, sectionals are beginning to tip off around the state. Wapahani matched up with defending state champion LaPel tonight, and the Raiders had their hands full. Here we see Wapahani gearing up before the tip. Both teams coming in with 15 wins. Early in the first, we've got John Ross Richardson knocking down the straightaway 3 that would put the Bulldogs up 16-5. Wapahani's Peyton Wiss not making it easy on the opposition here, driving to the rim, converting the layup. But the threes would continue to fly. Here, Josiah Hudson knocks down one from the corner, and that's just LaPel making it look easy tonight. They would go on to win this game 63-28. In other high school hoops, Anderson Prep and Daleville come into their games tonight with a combined 5 wins on the season. Each is fighting to keep their season alive tonight. Here we see Daleville and Anderson Prep getting ready for their sectional game. Early in the first, Daleville's TJ Price spots up for 3. Can't leave him open, but Anderson responds here. Jacob Harris passing the ball inside to Latanis McClendon for the layup. The teams will trade buckets. Here's TJ Price faking for the 3, drives inside for the basket and the foul. Price had 21 points on the game, but keeping it close, Lanson Jones driving inside here for the layup. 1-point game at the half. Daleville would open that lead back up in the second half, however, and beat Anderson Prep 60-45. In other sectional action, both Muncie Burris and Muncie Central had games tonight. Muncie Central edged out the Jay County Patriots 40-36. With the win, Muncie Central earns a matchup with Huntington North on Friday. Monroe Central, on the other hand, handled their game with Muncie Burris, winning big 75-48. They'll go on to play Frankton on Friday. And there are some big games going on tomorrow for the Ball State women's basketball team. The Cardinals, tied for first in the MAC, prepare tonight to take on last place Eastern Michigan. The women's team has been on a tear as the season's end approaches, winning 6 of their last 7 games. While Eastern Michigan doesn't pose a threat to the championship dreams, the Cardinals are not taking tomorrow's game lightly. NewsLink Indiana caught up with head coach Brady Salee as he explained how his experienced team has led to this year's success.
We've just got a well-led basketball team. You know, our seniors have been there and done it. Our juniors have been there and done it. They know what the grind of an 18-conference game schedule is. You know, so that, I think, has helped probably more than just me coming up with some saying or whatever we do, you know. But, you know, we just treat each game for what it is.
Yeah, so with that, Muncie basketball playing well on both sides, the women's team and the men's team. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle the month of March and the end of the season.
Yeah, I feel like Ball State basketball is doing really well.
Yeah, a lot better than normally is expected of the team so far. So
I'm excited to see how Northern Illinois does too.
As well, yeah.
Because I'm from that area and I know they're rivals,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
Oh, come on.
How that's gonna.
Come on, chirp, chirp.
I know, but
in the conference rivalry, I feel like you have to go with your school.
Right. All right, coming up, find out which Twister actor has died.
Plus, one Hollywood A-listers battle for custody over her children. Entertainment news is next.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Chris Schutte with your entertainment news. According to ABC News, Jon Stewart interrupted Stephen Colbert's Late Show Monday evening to give a rough message to the media. Stewart started with, "It's time you got your groove back, media." Because let's face facts, you kind of let yourself go a little bit. Putting on a few too many pundits, obsessing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week about this one guy. He continued with, "Instead of worrying about whether Trump is un-American, or if he thinks that you're the enemy, or if he's being mean to you, do something for yourself. Take up a hobby." Stewart said, "I recommend journalism." On Saturday, memorable actor Bill Paxton died. According to TMZ, Paxton suffered from post-heart operation complications and had a fatal stroke. The 61-year-old actor leaves behind his wife and 2 kids. The family stated, "It is with heavy hearts we share the news that Bill Paxton has passed away due to complications from surgery." Paxton was best remembered for his roles in Twister, Titanic, and Aliens. In more celebrity news, according to E! News, Chris Robinson and Kate Hudson are going to be fighting for custody of their 10-year-old son. The couple got divorced in 2007 after 7 years of marriage. E! News confirms the documents were filed in California's Superior Court, naming Robinson as the petitioner and Hudson as the respondent. According to documents, both Robinson and Hudson agreed that an evaluator will be assigned from the court to perform a child custody evaluation. The evaluator will also have access to health, mental health, education, employment, and other such records. That's all we have for entertainment news. Back to you at the desk.
All right, thanks, Chris. Look of severe weather tonight.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
take a look at that.
We'll take a look at Precision Cast one last time. Yes, 9 p.m. is what the hour is right now, 9:30 actually, as we forward this in time. Storms will be here about 1 a.m. These are the storms that might have isolated tornadoes, but then we focus all of our eyes on this line of showers and thunderstorms. This is where our damaging wind threat, and this will be at 4 a.m. when this line will be coming into our area. So please make sure whenever you are going to bed tonight, have ways to get watches or warnings for your area tonight, guys. That is a big thing, especially for night storms. We need to make sure you guys have a way to get your watches and warnings tonight.
All right, David. Well, thank you so much. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision. Plus, be sure to tune into our Facebook page tonight for live severe weather coverage with our weather team.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.